Hello, everyone. Welcome to Speak English Arabia. I'm Layla.
And I'm Teacher Omar. Hello, everyone.
We are here to help you learn English. We speak slowly. We speak clearly. We use simple words.
Yes, simple words are good. Simple words help you learn. Today, we talk about habits. Habits are very powerful.
Habits. What is a habit? A habit is something you do every day without thinking. Brushing your teeth is a habit. Drinking coffee is a habit.
That's right, Leila. And habits can help you learn English. Good habits make learning easier. Bad habits make learning harder.
Learning English with habits is smart. You don't need to think every day, "Oh, I must study English." You just do it automatically.
Automatically means you do it without thinking, like breathing. You breathe automatically. Good habits become automatic too. Vocabulary Preview.
But first, let's learn some important words. These words will help you understand our lesson today.
Yes, our first word is habit. A habit is something you do regularly, every day or every week. Good habits help you. Bad habits hurt you.
Habit. H-A-B-I-T. Habit. Reading every day is a good habit. Smoking is a bad habit.
Perfect. Our second word is routine. A routine is your daily schedule. Your routine is what you do every day at the same time.
Routine. R-O-U-T-I-N-E. Routine. My morning routine is wake up, brush teeth, drink coffee, check email.
Great. Our third word is practice. Practice means you do something many times to get better. Practice makes perfect.
Practice. P-R-A-C-T-I-C-E. Practice. I practice English every day. Musicians practice their instruments.
And our fourth word is consistency. Consistency means you do something regularly, not just sometimes. Consistency is very important for habits.
Consistency. C-O-N-S-I-S-T-E-N-C-Y. Consistency. If you want to learn English, you need consistency. Study a little bit every day.
Excellent. Now we know 4 important words: habit, routine, practice, and consistency. These words are the secret to learning English successfully.
Now, let's listen to a conversation about habits and learning English. This is Teacher Omar and me discussing how habits changed our lives.
Ready, Layla? Let's share our experience with habits and language learning.
Ready? Let's listen, everyone.
Lila, I remember when you started learning English, you struggled a lot in the beginning.
Yes, that's true. I tried to study English for 2 hours every Saturday, but I always forgot or I was too tired.
That's a common mistake. You tried to do too much at once. What changed for you?
I learned about small habits. Instead of studying 2 hours once a week, I started studying 15 minutes every day.
15 minutes every day. That's much better than 2 hours once a week. How did you make it a habit?
I connected it to something I already do. Every morning, I drink coffee. So I decided coffee time is English time.
That's brilliant. You connected a new habit to an old habit. This is called habit stacking.
Habit stacking, yes. Now, when I smell coffee, I automatically think time for English. It became natural.
And what did you do during those 15 minutes?
Simple things. I listened to English music. I read one paragraph from an English book. I watched short English videos.
Those are perfect activities. Small, easy, but consistent. How long did it take to become a real habit?
About 3 weeks. The first week was difficult. I had to remind myself every day. The second week was easier. By the third week, it felt automatic.
3 weeks. That's typical for building new habits. Scientists say it takes 21 days to form habit, but some habits take longer.
What about you, Teacher Omar? How did you build your English habits?
My habit was different. I changed my phone language to English. Every time I used my phone, I saw English words.
That's smart. You used your existing phone habit to practice English. How many times do you use your phone per day?
Probably 50 times or more. So I saw English words 50 times per day without extra effort.
Without extra effort. That's the power of habits. You learn English while doing things you already do.
Exactly. I also started thinking in English during my daily walk. Every morning, I walk for 20 minutes. Now I use that time to think in English.
Thinking in English is so important. It's like mental practice. Your brain gets used to using English.
Yes, and the best part is, these habits don't feel like work. They feel natural, like part of my day.
That's the secret of successful language learners. They make English a part of their daily life, not something separate.
And now, after 2 years of consistent habits, we both speak English well enough to teach others.
It's amazing how small, daily actions can create big results over time.
Language takeaway.
Great conversation, Teacher Omar. Now let's learn the important phrases from our dialogue.
Yes, these phrases are very useful when talking about habits and learning.
Our first phrase is, I tried to. This means you attempted something, but maybe didn't succeed. I tried to study 2 hours every Saturday.
I tried to. This is common when discussing past attempts. I tried to learn guitar. I tried to wake up early. I tried to eat healthy food.
Our second phrase is instead of. This shows you chose one thing rather than another thing. Instead of studying 2 hours once a week, I studied 15 minutes daily.
Instead of. This is perfect for comparing options. Instead of watching TV, I read books. Instead of taking the bus, I walk to work.
Our third phrase is it takes time to. This explains how long something needs. It takes 21 days to form a habit. It takes years to master English.
It takes time to. This is very useful for setting expectations. It takes time to learn a language. It takes time to build muscle. It takes time to save money.
Our fourth phrase is, I have to remind myself. This means you need to tell yourself to do something. I have to remind myself to practice English.
I have to remind myself. This shows something isn't automatic yet. I have to remind myself to drink water. I have to remind myself to call my parents.
Our last phrase is over time. This means gradually, slowly, during a long period. Small habits create big results over time.
Over time. This shows gradual change. Over time, I became fluent in English. Over time, I got stronger from exercise. Over time, I saved enough money for a vacation. Putting it together.
Now let's connect these phrases. Let's see how habit phrases work together to tell a complete story.
Good idea. When we talk about building habits, we usually follow a pattern. Problem, solution, process, result.
First, the problem. I tried to study English, but I always quit. This shows what didn't work before.
Then, the solution. Instead of studying for hours, I decided to study 15 minutes daily. This shows the new approach.
Next, the process. It takes time to build a habit. I had to remind myself every day for 3 weeks.
Finally, the result. Over time, studying English became automatic. Now, I don't have to think about it.
So, the complete pattern is I tried to, instead of it takes time to, I have to remind myself over time.
This pattern works for any habit. Exercise, reading, saving money, learning languages. The process is always similar.
And remember, small, consistent actions are better than big, inconsistent actions. 15 minutes daily beats 2 hours weekly.
Fluency Builder.
Now let's work on pronunciation. We want to help you sound more natural when talking about habits.
Yes, natural pronunciation is important. Let's practice some contractions that people use when discussing habits.
First, I don't have to becomes I don't have to in fast speech. I don't have to remind myself anymore.
I don't have to. This sounds more natural than I do not have to. Practice this. I don't have to study grammar. I don't have to wake up early.
Second, I'm gonna instead of I'm going to. I'm gonna practice English every day. I'm gonna build better habits.
I'm gonna. This is very common in casual speech. I'm gonna start tomorrow. I'm gonna try harder. I'm gonna succeed.
Third, kinda instead of kind of. Learning English is kinda difficult at first, but habits make it kinda easy.
Kinda. Native speakers say this all the time. It's kinda hot today. This book is kinda boring. Habits are kinda powerful.
And remember, when we talk about time periods, we often stress certain words. It takes 3 weeks to build a habit.
Yes, stress the important words. I practice every day. I study for 15 minutes. Consistency is more important than intensity.
Practice these pronunciation patterns. They will help you sound more natural and confident.
Practice. Section.
Now let's practice. I will ask questions about habits. Lila will answer. Listen and learn how to talk about your own habits.
Good idea. Everyone, listen to this practice conversation about building habits.
Lila, what's the most important habit for learning English?
I think consistency is the most important habit. It's better to study 10 minutes every day than 2 hours once a week.
That makes sense. How do you stay consistent when you don't feel motivated?
Great question. I don't rely on motivation. I rely on routine. I study English at the same time every day, so I don't have to decide.
Smart approach. What advice do you give to someone who wants to start an English learning habit?
Start very small. Don't try to study 1 hour on day 1. Try 5 minutes. Make it so easy that you can't say no.
5 minutes sounds manageable. How do you make a habit stick?
Connect it to something you already do. If you drink coffee every morning, study English while drinking coffee. If you take the bus, listen to English podcasts on the bus.
That's habit stacking. What's your favorite English learning habit?
I love listening to English podcasts during my daily walk. I walk for 30 minutes anyway, so now I learn English at the same time.
2 benefits from 1 activity. What happens if you miss a day?
Don't worry about it. Just start again the next day. Missing 1 day doesn't break a habit, but missing 2 days can start a bad pattern.
So, forgive yourself but get back on track quickly?
Exactly. Habits are about progress, not perfection. The goal is consistency over time, not perfect days.
That's encouraging advice. Thank you, Lila.
You're welcome. Remember, small habits lead to big changes. Start today.
Useful phrases review.
Let's review all the useful phrases from today. These phrases are very important when talking about habits and learning.
Yes, practice these phrases at home. Use them when you talk about your goals and habits.
Phrases for starting habits.
I want to build a habit of reading English daily.
I'm trying to study English every morning.
I decided to listen to English podcasts during my commute.
My goal is to speak English fluently.
Phrases for describing your routine.
Every day I practice English for 15 minutes.
I usually study English after breakfast.
My routine is to watch English videos before bed.
I make time for English practice every morning.
Phrases for discussing progress.
It's getting easier. Studying English is getting easier every day.
I'm making progress. With my pronunciation.
Over time, I became more confident speaking English.
Little by little, my vocabulary is improving.
And phrases for encouraging others.
You can do it. Don't give up. You can do it.
Start small. Don't try to do everything at once. Start small.
Be consistent. The key to success is to be consistent.
Don't give up. Learning takes time. Don't give up.
Real-world tips.
Before we finish, let's give you some real-world tips about building English learning habits. These tips really work.
Great idea! These tips come from our experience and from successful English learners we know.
Tip number 1. Make it ridiculously easy. If you want to read in English, start with 1 sentence per day, not 1 chapter.
Tip number 2. Use habit stacking. Connect your English practice to something you already do every day. Brushing teeth plus English vocabulary. Coffee plus English podcast.
Tip number 3. Track your progress. Make a calendar and put an X for every day you practice English. Don't break the chain.
Tip number 4. Prepare for obstacles. What will you do if you're tired? If you're busy? If you're traveling? Have a backup plan.
Tip number 5. Celebrate small wins. Did you study for 5 minutes? Celebrate. Did you learn 1 new word? Celebrate. Positive emotions help habits stick.
Tip number 6. Find an accountability partner. Tell someone about your English learning habit. Ask them to check on your progress.
Tip number 7. Focus on the process, not the outcome. Don't think, I must become fluent. Think, I must practice today.
These tips will help you build strong English learning habits that last for years. Excellent! Now you understand the power of habits for learning English.
Yes, you learned that small, consistent actions are more powerful than big, inconsistent actions.
Remember the important words habit, routine, practice, consistency. These 4 words are the keys to English success.
Remember the important phrases. I tried to, instead of, it takes time to, over time.
And remember the most important lesson. Start small. Don't try to study for hours. Start with 5 or 10 minutes every day.
Use habit stacking. Connect English practice to something you already do. Coffee plus English. Walking plus English podcasts. Phone time plus English vocabulary.
Be patient with yourself. It takes about 21 days to build a new habit. The first week is hard, but it gets easier.
And remember, consistency beats intensity. 10 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a week.
Hey, before you go, if this episode helped you, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel.
Your support helps us keep creating more simple and useful English lessons just for you.
Thank you for listening. We hope this lesson inspired you to build better learning habits.
Remember, we speak slowly, we use simple words, and we are here to help you learn English.
Start your English habit today. Just 5 minutes. You can do it.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. And remember, small habits, big results.